Hey guys, Miss P here. Today we are going to do adding and subtracting radicals. So we've already simplified them, we've multiplied them. Now we're going to do addition and subtraction. All right, the biggest thing to know about this is you can only add or subtract like radicals. Okay, so a like radical is the same index and the same radicand. All right, what does that mean? Guys, your index is the tiny number, okay? If this is a square root or right here, it's a cubed root, they have to be the same. You can't add the square root of something and the cubed root of something. They're different indexes. Now, same radicand. Radicand is what is underneath. So let's say radical 3. You cannot add a radical 3 plus a radical 5. You can't. It has to be a radical 3. So those are our kind of rules. Okay. So an example for this would be, okay, 2 radical 3 plus 8 radical 3. All right, guys, do they have the same index? Yes, they do, right? This is the square root. This is the square root. When there's nothing there, guys, it's an invisible 2. So the index is the same. We're good. Now, do they have the same radicand? This is a radical 3. Is that also a radical 3? Yes. So now we can actually add them. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the numbers in front and keep the radical 3. So 2 plus 8 is 10. Keep your radical 3. There's your answer. Guys, this would be the same thing as, what if it was 2y plus 8y? 2y plus 8y is 10y, right? It's not 10y squared. All right, it's just 10y. That's why we do the same thing over here. Okay, so you're just adding your numbers and keeping the same radicand. Not that bad, right? Okay, good. Let's try another. So, example 2. We have 4 radical 5 minus 3 radical 5. All right, guys. They're the same radical. Same radicand. Okay, they have the same index. They're exactly the same. So all we're going to do is 4 minus 3, which is 1, and then keep your radical 5. Guys, you technically do not need the 1 in front. The 1's invisible. Your answer could be just radical 5. I mean, both is fine. But that's how you would do example 2. All right, I think we're okay with the easy examples. So we're going to get into a little bit of a harder example, but not too hard because we already know how to break down radicals. Okay. So let's go to example 3. All right, example 3 is going to be radical 27 plus radical 12. Now, they have the same indexes, right? But they don't have the same radicands. But what do we know about 27 and 12? Unlike the 5 and the 3 that we used, which were both prime numbers and couldn't be simplified, these can both be simplified. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down both of them. We're going to break down 27 and we're going to break down 12. So 27 gives us what? The only number that goes in is 3, which gives us 9. What goes into 9? 3, which gives us 3. The only number that goes into 3 is 3. So this is our pair that comes out. This is what stays in. So this radical 27 is going to become 3, remember, because we took it out, and radical 3 because it stays in. Bring down your plus. Now we're going to do the 12. So let's look. 12's even, I like 2. which gives me 6. Again, even. So I'm going to divide it by 2, which gives me 3. Nothing else goes into 3 but 3. We get our 1, so we're done. 2 is our match. So we're going to take out a 2, but we're leaving in a 3. So this radical 12 becomes a 2 since we took out a 2. The 3 stays, so radical 3. Guys, doesn't this now look like a problem we can easily do? They both have the same index, and they both have the same radicand. So 3 plus 2 is 5. Keep your radical 3. Done. Guys, this is as hard as it's going to get. You're just going to have to break down your two numbers. Now, for what we're doing, guys, they're all going to break down correctly. All right, so if you break it down and you don't get something that looks like this, you probably did something wrong. All right. So let's try another example. We're on example 4 now. Okay, so let's try a... I'm going to do a radical 45 minus radical 80. Okay. Guys, you can get a negative number, so do not freak out if you get negatives. It's fine. All right, so what we want to do, they're the same index, but they're not the same radicand, but both can be broken down. So we're going to break down 45, and we're going to break down 80. I like to work with 5 because 5 goes into anything with a 0 or a 5. So 45 divided by 5 gives me 9. Only thing that goes into 9 is 3, which gives me 3. Only thing that goes into 3 is 3, which gives me 1. So I'm taking out a 3, and a 5 is staying in. So radical 45 becomes 3, radical 5. Bring down your negative. Now we're going to our 80. You can do it by 2, which gives me 40. 2, which gives me 20. 2, which gives me 10. 2, which gives me 5. The only thing that goes to 5 is itself. We get a 1 left over. Now this one has 2 pairs. So we're taking out a 2 and another 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. All right, so we're taking out a 4. We're leaving in a 5. Okay, so this is 4 radical 5. All right, because when you take out this 2 over here, okay, it's a 2 and a 2, and you want to multiply 4. Don't forget that part, okay? So guys, now we have 2 indexes that are the same and 2 radicands that are the same. So guys, what's 3 minus 4? You get a negative 1. Keep your radical 5. Or you could just have negative radical 5. Either one's fine, okay? That's your answer. All right? Whoop, 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 whoop. So, obviously the first 2 we did were a lot easier because we didn't need to break anything down. You will have questions like that on all your stuff, but you also will have ones where you do need to break down. All right, so let's try one more. Let's go with a example. This is 6. All right, this will be our last example. Okay, we have radical, let's work with, okay. Radical 24 plus radical 54. Okay, that's what we're gonna do right here. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to break them down because neither of them are prime numbers. All right, so we're going to break down 24 and we're going to break down 54. Okay, 24 I'm going to do by 2, which gives me 12. Divide that by another 2, which gives me 6. I keep going because it's even. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. Oh, not even, but it is prime, so the only thing that goes into 2 is 3, which gives me a 1 left over. That means that a 2 is coming out, but these are staying in. 2 times 3 is 6, so a 6 stays in and a 2 comes out. So this becomes 2 radical 6. All right, then plus. Now we're going to break down 54. Okay. I would do a 2. I think that's the easiest. Which gives me 27. Now the only thing, 27 is not even, so we have to use a 3 because 3 goes into it. So 27 divided by 3 gives me 9. Put another 3. 9 divided by 3 gives me 3. The only thing that goes into 3 is 3 because it's prime. So this is my match that comes out. And this stays inside. 2 times 3 is 6, so a 6 is staying in. So this becomes we took out a 3, so 3 radical, what stayed in? That 2 and that 3, which we multiplied to be a 6. Now this is a problem we can do. All right, guys, what's 2 plus 3? 5. Keep your radical 6. Done. Yay. All right, guys, that's it for today's lesson. Hope you guys are doing well. Miss you. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us. Let us know. We're here for you. And just stay wavy, y'all. Bye.